Heat checker.
Cunningham.
Get her the ball. Get her the ball. One more time. Cross.
Or
Logo
another
again.
long two.
Oh, no!
She's back.
Oh my
Most
God!
dynamic
This isn't real.
player in the game.
What?
9 points in 38 seconds for
No.
Caitlin. She hit all 3 threes. And not only 9 and 30, but look at the depth
I
on
don't know. I'm
these field
living
goal
in-
attempts. She's certainly feeling it.
Oh my God.
Left side.
I'm
Right
speechless.
side.
No.
Now come back to your favorite spot
Oh.
again. It doesn't
Oh.
matter if there's a hand.
What
in
am
her
I
face.
The defending champions were undefeated. No one had managed to crack their code. The New York Liberty looked unstoppable, sweeping past teams as if they weren't even there. Then, on June 14th, Caitlin Clark returned from injury. What followed wasn't just a win, it was a complete dismantling that set 8 new records in a single night. The Liberty's perfect season was gone, and their confidence was shaken. But here's what no one saw coming. The Fever used that game to create a blueprint for championship basketball. If you're excited about Caitlin's return, drop CC record breaker in the comments. Let's go.
Caitlin pulls left wing, the right wing, 30+ feet. Logo crosses over. Watch it. Oh my goodness! She is back.
Back in the lineup. I'm ready to go.
I think you're just excited more than anything. It gets kind of difficult when you prepare for a game. Obviously, when I'm on the bench, still knowing the scout, knowing everything that the other team's going to do, and still trying to mentally prepare and go through everything like I'm going to play, even though I knew I wasn't going to play. So, doing that, but also knowing I was going to be able to be active today, I think gives you a little extra juice. So I'm certainly excited just to get back out there, get playing, and really good opportunity for us at home here, coming off of a loss. So it's a big game.
Picture this. The defending champions tearing through every opponent like they were scrimmaging with high school teams. The New York Liberty entered June with a flawless 9-0 record, the last undefeated team in the WNBA. Each game wasn't just a win, it was a statement. With every blowout, they looked more and more unstoppable. The Liberty weren't just securing victories, they were dominating, led by a relentless defense that no one could figure out. Teams walked into the arena, hopeful, but 2 hours later, they left the court dazed, defeated, and searching for answers. The Liberty's defense was like a rising wall of stone, growing stronger and higher with every game.
You played the Liberty. There was obviously a frustrating ending. What lessons can you take from that experience, and how can that be applied to this, even though I know obviously Liberty look a little different with 2 starters out?
Yeah, I mean, I think certainly you take time and score situations, different versions of handling runs, offensively, defensively. Margin for error is small against a team like New York, and every play matters. Every time we send them to the free throw line matters. Every rebound matters. We can't afford to have empty possessions on the offensive end of the floor. You've got to play your A game.
Every team that faced them came in full of confidence and left completely crushed. Coaches spent countless hours designing game plans. Players studied film until their eyes were sore, but nothing worked. The Liberty had a counter for everything. Their pick-and-roll offense was precise, their defense unyielding, and their belief in themselves was sky-high. Sabrina Ionescu, Jonquil Jones, and Breena Stewart were performing at a level that made even fellow All-Stars seem average. These 3 weren't just having strong seasons, they were dominating in a way that made people question if anyone could keep up. Stewart could score from anywhere on the floor. Ionescu made impossible shots and passes look routine, and Jones locked down the paint, making elite centers look like they were in the wrong league.
I think we continue to learn lessons from the first time we played them and from our last game against Atlanta. Every single day that we move forward. I think they're a different team. Certainly, we're going to be a different team having C and Sophie back on the floor. We're going to tip the ball up and go out, and we're going to give it everything that we have.
The numbers told the story. York wasn't just winning, they were crushing teams. Even top-ranked opponents were losing by 20 points. Star players looked average, and analysts began to wonder if anyone could stop them. Sports shows debated how long the streak would last. It wasn't about who could beat them anymore, it was whether anyone could at all.
Welcome to ESPN's coverage of the WNBA. The defending champion and unbeaten New York Liberty coming to town for the 2nd time this year as we get ready for this game. And yes, she is back. Caitlin Clark will indeed be playing today. Missed the last 5 games with a strained quad, taking on the Liberty off to their best start ever. Sabrina Ionescu and company in this big Commissioner's Cup game as well. And as usual, all the seats are filled here.
Then came Indiana's chance. The Fever were dealing with injuries and constant lineup changes. They didn't look like contenders. Most expected another easy win for New York. But there was one thing the Liberty never saw coming. The return of Caitlin Clark.
We have an opportunity in front of us right now. I feel like this is like we're starting a new season. You guys, I'm so proud of how resilient we've been up until this point. We're going to continue to have to be. But right now, we have an opportunity to continue to take a step forward. Okay, this can be a springboard for us, right? We're marrying energy and effort with execution. Every single possession matters. Hit singles. Hit singles. Make the easy play. All right? Make one another better. Okay? It's our time. It's our time. Let's go. Here we go. Together, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Let's talk about the moment that changed everything. 38 seconds that rewrote WNBA history. When Caitlin Clark stepped onto the court at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, the atmosphere shifted. She wasn't just returning from a quad injury. She was ready to make a statement that would send shockwaves through the entire league.
And Cunningham is down behind the play, but they've got Caitlin Clark to fire away from two players with incredible up. Ball from Cunningham. Clark, another long three. She's back!
The Liberty defense thought they were ready. They had studied Caitlin Clark's every move, analyzed her tendencies, and reviewed hours of game film showing her hitting deep shots. They believed they were prepared, but they weren't even close. Then Clark did the unthinkable 3 straight three-pointers from jaw-dropping distances. The first came from 34 feet, a range most players wouldn't dare attempt. She pulled up like it was a routine free throw, nothing but net. The second, 31 feet, same result. The third, again, 31 feet pure. By then, the Liberty defenders weren't contesting shots, they were standing in awe.
Down Fever, Cunningham got knocked to the floor. Caitlin pulls left wing, marries it. She is back. 24-18, Fever down. Caitlin now from the right wing, 30 plus feet. Got again. No one else but Caitlin Clark. Sedantis handoff. Caitlin from the logo crosses over, launch it. Oh my goodness! Are you kidding?
Most dynamic player in the game. 9 points in 38 seconds for Caitlin. She hit all 3 threes. And not only 9 and 30, but look at the depth on these field goal attempts. She's certainly feeling it.
The crowd at Gainbridge Fieldhouse erupted as each shot swished through the net. Fans jumped out of their seats. The noise was deafening, and the energy kept building. The arena shook with every bucket. 9 points in just 38 seconds, that's not just fast scoring. It's redefining what's possible in professional basketball. Most players are thrilled to put up 9 points in a quarter. Caitlin Clark did it in under a minute, becoming the first player in WNBA history to pull off that exact feat.
And Cunningham is
Caitlin
down
from the
behind
logo.
the
Oh
play.
my God!
But they've got Caitlin Clark to fire away from 3. And Cunningham just now getting up as she stayed down near the free throw line on the other end.
Oh! Okay, why did
Oh my
he take that?
gosh!
An
Oh
ankle injury
my
in the
god,
hands.
of course Marine Johanna's
two
counter.
players
Not for the
lead.
logo. But this is why I
Caitlin
love
from the
the
logo again! We got a shootout! We got a shootout!
Oh my god! No,
Go.
no,
Even Breena Stewart couldn't help but smile. What she was witnessing was pure basketball brilliance. As one of the best players in the world, Stewart has seen it all. But in that moment, even she had to admire what Caitlin Clark was doing. This wasn't just a hot streak. This was basketball at its highest. The Liberty called a timeout, but it was already too late. Caitlin Clark had broken them mentally. You could see it in their posture, their faces. The confidence built over 9 straight wins was starting to crack. They entered the game expecting another dominant win. Instead, they found themselves watching Clark make history. This wasn't luck. This wasn't just a hot hand. This was a superstar making a statement in the most commanding way possible. The Liberty had jumped out to an 11-point lead in the first quarter. Then, in just 38 seconds, Clark tied the game at 24, erasing their entire advantage and swinging the momentum completely. And it only got more unreal. By halftime, Clark had already dropped 25 points, the highest scoring half of her career. This wasn't just about scoring. It was her way of letting the league know the quad injury is behind her, and she's back.
Get it inside to Mitchell. Those two have such a great connection.
Rebound, battled for. Clark comes away with it. Caitlin, outlet to Aaliyah, in stride, right post, and she fakes it in. It's a dime from CC to AB. And that does it for a scintillating first 20 minutes at Cambridge Fieldhouse. It's the Fever 53 and the Liberty 50.
I don't know if you guys have seen or heard, but Caitlin Clark is in fact back. Caitlin Clark!
Then steps back with the three over Brianna Stewart. The New York Liberty came out and threw the first punch in this quarter. For the Liberty to make this a single-digit game has been impressive here.
I think the way we responded when they went on that run in the third quarter, like we had to figure out how to play through it and go on a run of our own. And in the past, like that's kind of where we would crumble. That's exactly where we crumbled. But today we really stuck together. We went on our own run.
Mitchell trying to blow by. Everybody does and gets the foul.
Bounce pass, right wing hole, wide open three. Of course! Clark to hole, open lane, and she scores off the glass.
Caitlin challenged Sobley and won it.